I have a degree in art from the University of Kentucky. I didn't know what else to major in, and I had taken a drawing class, and I found it was what I enjoyed doing. But I concentrated in sculpture. I was afraid of the blank canvas, and I never did a painting in art school. I just did sculptures, and I taught my professors into letting me submit sculptures and painting classes instead of doing paintings. It wasn't until I left the university, graduated, that I started painting, and I started painting only if I was completely alone in my house. And the first thing I painted was a very large painting, just kind of funny to start with, but I started with a very large painting, lived out in a farm in Kentucky, and in my backyard were a herd of Charolais cattle. And they would come and just all stare at me the way cows stare. And so that was my first painting, is this field in the country of Kentucky, Charolais cattle, and the way the babies hide behind their moms and peek around the sides. And I just liked the shape of them and the experience of looking at each other. And so that kind of launched me into painting, and also launched me into the wonderful world of cows. I'm fascinated by the shape of a cow, and to me a cow is a very steadfast creature, and I think in a way I sort of identify in that they're ruminators, and I'm kind of a ruminator in the way I process the world. I could be very spontaneous, but it's kind of how I process also is by digesting things and thinking about them. Later on I found out that my great-grandfather, who was a painter with the Hudson Valley School of Artists, William Hart, did a lot of pastoral scenes, and actually have one of his paintings of cows. As well, I found out later, actually, if you look at the Chinese year, calendar year, I'm born in the year of the cow. My full-time job, I'm a nurse case manager, and painting is something that I do to relax, relieve stress, and just the creative process is kind of energizing. Before, when I had children, I tried watercolor because that was more portable. I didn't have a studio, so while they took a nap, I would paint while they took naps. So I've always painted throughout my artistic and professional life, and the art's always been a big part of it. I've never regretted a bit about going to school. I did spend 2 years as a starving artist after I got my degree in art, and decided to go into nursing as a more practical means of making a living.